Alright, hello, welcome to a new top 10. Today I'm counting down the top 10 hardest Oxide time trials to beat on Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So you've beaten Oxide on Adventure Mode? Can you beat him on all the tracks? That's right, all of them. This top 10 will include all the bonus tracks up until and including Koala Carnival, which as of recording is the most recent new track. Who knows what future tracks will hold? Some of them might have very annoying Oxide times, so I can't wait to take on those when those tracks come out. I'm not taking into consideration any glitched shortcuts, because let's be honest, about half the tracks have been ruined on the time trial leaderboards due to naughty, cheating big shortcuts. But don't worry, I know not everyone takes on the Oxide time trials, they are really only for advanced players. In the end, all you do is get a trophy and a digital entropy skin, which I don't personally use because it's kind of a show-off skin. That's just my opinion. Just like this top 10. All these tracks are my own opinion. I'm sure you've got your own least favourite and hardest tracks to beat Oxide on. So let's get the top 10 started. So, in at number 10 is Crash Cove, the first track in the game. How hard can that be? Well, my best time is only 3 seconds faster than Oxide's time, which is a 1:27.52. The reason why this track is so hard to beat Oxide on is its simplicity. There's not many places you can gain time on him. There is a shortcut which you need to carry Sacred Fire across, which is very difficult, and that's where you can gain or lose time. Even if you keep Sacred Fire, Oxide will be on your tail the entire way, so any small mistakes and he'll gobble you up quicker than a homeless man on a fresh hot meal. So that was number 10, what's in at number 9? So, in at number 9 is Fundus Truck, and quite oddly, Oxide starts behind you. I'm not quite sure why he doesn't start alongside you. This was one of the tracks which was broken from the start. You could go down to the right and you'll get insane times. It's been fixed now, however, and Oxide's time to beat is a 2:58.68, which is quite lenient, which is why it's at number 9. The reason why it's in this list is the difficulty of the track. Holding on to Sacred Fire and keeping on the track is very hard. You'll be flying off, you'll be getting hit by swinging maces. It's a very tough track, and one that I don't necessarily enjoy. I just fly off all over the place. So, in at number 8 is Papus Pyramid, another of the CTR tracks. Now, when doing this list, I did go back and redo all the tracks against Oxide just to re-jog my memory, because it has been a long time since I would have beaten most of these tracks. Papus Pyramid, before I did this list, was not on my radar for the top 10, but when I tried to beat him again, I had a lot of problems. His best time is a 1:46.24, which is only 3.5 seconds slower than my current best time. I really did struggle. There's that opening section where it's very easy to hit a wall, then you lose all your speed. There's a shortcut which can be hard, and there's another shortcut at the end of the level which I have less problems with. Overall, it's a very tough and tricky track. I would recommend possibly going for acceleration, maybe even drift over speed. So yes, in at number 7 is Oxide Station. It'd be pretty weird if he was slow at his own track. I mean, it's his home race. Of course he's fast around here. be like if I was slow around in my own garden. I could run around there in a few seconds. Anyway, yes, he sets a time of 3:27.67. Of course, this is a very long track. My time is about 10 seconds faster than that, so you might think, oh, that's a big gap. However, when I first did this track, I didn't even unlock Entropy. And to not even unlock Entropy, you have to set an absolutely abysmal time. This is just a very tough track. It's so tight. It's very hard to hold on to the blue flame you get because of all the tight turns. I just keep smashing into walls all the time. So generally, I do like to go for acceleration, even balanced characters around here. Drift might work, although I've not tried it that much. So I might have to have another go, see if drift is even better. Holding on to that blue flame can be key, although not vital to beat him. You should try to hold on to it at least a little bit. What's at number 6 though? So, in at number 6 is Tiny Temple, not to be confused with Tiger Temple. This is the CNK track. It's one of those tracks where you need to have mastered Blue Flame to stand any chance of beating Oxide. He sets a time of 1:47.71. When you hold on to Blue Flame, you need to hold on for 2 whole laps, which is very, very tough. A good tactic is to hit the exclamation mark box on the first lap to get rid of the flames on the right side. Some people might want to go onto the left, but generally I find the easiest path is to go onto the right. So you then leave alone that box on lap 2 and lap 3, and the right side should always be clear. It's very easy to accidentally clip a wall on this track, so good luck anyone that tries to beat Oxide on this one. What's up next at number 5? Oh, it's getting serious now as we enter the top 5. In at 5 is Blizzard Bluff. Oh boy, this track. Oh, I had fun doing this time trial. It didn't make me rage at all. Oh dear, that shortcut. You have to do that shortcut 3 times consistently, every lap. You can't fail it once or else it's over. You can't skip that shortcut, otherwise you won't beat Oxide. He sets a time of 1:28.19, which is rapid pace. Not only that, there's an awful boulder that you have to avoid, and it's very hard to judge when it's going to roll down because it just flies down and squashes you. There is another shortcut you could potentially take where you jump over that fence. I've never been able to do that ever consistently on the PS1 and on Nitro Fuel, so well done if you can. You are better at the game than me. But that was number 5. What's number 4? So yes, quite possibly a surprise at number 4. Dragon Mines. Quite a lot of people might have thought this would have been number 1. It is notorious among the Crash Team Racing community to be one of the hardest tracks to beat Oxide on. And that little spiral section is very difficult. But luckily Oxide is quite slow around there as well. The problem with this track is it's so thin and so hard to get around and keeping that Sacred Fire. And keeping Sacred Fire is very important. You pretty much need to keep it from when you get the boost all the way to that spiral section. If you drop it at any point, Oxide will overtake you because he sets a time of 1:34.62, which is very, very quick. You can make almost no mistakes. But that was surprisingly number 4. That's right, there are 3 more that are harder than this one in my opinion. So yes, in at number 3 is Spyro Circuit, one of the new tracks of course. Now although I do like this track, mostly because it's Spyro themed, you can't deny it's very tight and very tough. Oxide sets a time of 2:20.54 and currently my best time is only a second faster than him. I'm not sure where I'm going wrong on this track. It just seems that Oxide is very quick. He's over 10 seconds quicker than Entropy's time. You just can't make a single error. If you clip a wall, you're done. You're toast, Nork. You've got to keep at full charge throughout the entire track. That was number 3. What's in at number 2? So, in at number 2 is Superspeedway. People will remember when this game first came out, the Superspeedway shortcut was broken. That is why this is so high up. When I initially tried to beat Oxide, it made me rip my hair out because I kept failing the shortcut. I'd do it twice. Last lap, I'm gonna do it. No! Every time I would just fail, I'd get so close. And then even then, it's still a very tough time. Oxide sets a 1:56.18. You have to do the shortcut 3 times each lap. You have to hold on to Sacred Fire. You have to avoid those barrels that come down and squash you. It's a very tight track. And Oxide is very quick. He's always on your tail. He's trying to grab it. He's trying to pull you back. You make a single error and he's going to catch you and overtake you. Well done anyone that's beaten this time. Before we get to the number 1, I've got a few honourable mentions that didn't quite make it into the top 10. So, in at number 1 is Nina's Nightmare, another bonus track. I have a feeling Beanox felt like maybe some of their Oxide times for the other tracks were a bit too lenient, so all these bonus tracks have these very tough times. My best time is a 1:57, which is only a second quicker than Oxide's time of a 1:58.31. Who guessed right that this would be my hardest Oxide time trial track? If anyone's tried this track, they will know how tough it is. You have to keep Blue Flame on this track as well, and it's so tight. Keeping Blue Flame on this track is insanely difficult. You got a very hard little shortcut where you have to jump over a fence, and keeping the Blue Flame over that as well. Oh, this track is just a nightmare. Will there be any more new tracks with hard time trials? I felt Koala Carnival was very lenient, although I found I am pretty good at that circuit. Let me know if you found that one tough. Let me know some of the other tracks you found tough. Thank you everybody for watching my top 10 hardest Oxide time trials. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave me a like, leave me a comment, and I'll see you around. Take care and leave me alone.